let's look ahead. Let's look ahead to week 6. I think we covered everything we need to cover for week 5. We talked about our teams that we liked. We talked about the players that we liked. We talked about the games that we liked, the injuries, the news. Let's look ahead to week 6. I got 3 games here. I know you got 3 games over there. We're going to add a little bit to it than we did last week. Give me your game, and I'll give you the odds for it. Tell me why you like this game, and then give me a prediction of who you think is going to win this game based on the spread that we have.
Well, based on what we talked about earlier, I'm going to start off with Thursday Night Football. Like we said, with San Francisco losing to Arizona, it kind of leaves the NFC West open. And on Thursday Night Football, they play, it'll be 49ers at the Seahawks. Obviously, both teams coming off a loss this week. But right now, the Seahawks are top. They're up 1 game. And this could be, right? We talk about having win advantage over other teams, especially if it's going to be the division's going to be closer than it is. It's going to be a huge game in week 6. It's kind of crazy. So I want to see the game. Not that I think this is going to be great, a great game to watch. It's just the implications of it are going to be big. Right now, San Francisco are favorites with -3. And I'll take the over on San Francisco. I think they'll be able to bounce back. Seahawks, I just don't see, as much as I love Geno, their defense has been playing bad. The Seahawks defense has been playing bad. And Geno, as much as I like him, hasn't been able to be as explosive as an offense as you think. So I'm going to go San Francisco over -3. San Francisco on the road winning against the Seahawks.
So that was actually one of the games I picked. I had the San Francisco-Seattle game, like exactly for what you said. Not so much for the quality of game, but more so for the implications like we had with the San Francisco-Arizona game. I think it's going to be a similar type game to what we saw there, and also the Seahawks game with the Giants, where it's going to be like 20-21, 20-23. It's going to be a super close game. I think it's going to come down to a field goal. I'm actually going –
be closer than 3 points?
Yeah, so I think San Francisco is going to win. So I would take San Francisco on the money line. They are the favorites, like you said, -3 to +3. But I'm going to go +3 Seahawks because
You think the 49ers win the game, but the Seahawks cover the
Yeah. No, the San Francisco doesn't cover. Yeah, so I'm going to go Seahawks +3, but I have San Francisco winning. I think this is going to be like a 1-2 point game. For sure. So I'm curious if that line moves at all to 3.5, because I can also see like it being a wash and it just hitting 3 in general. So that I guarantee that line's going to move to a 3.5 or 2.5, one of the two. But yeah.
Listen, man. I was gonna say I'm tired of matching with you, man. Why we think so? Like this is not a great podcast. If we're just thinking the same, we're saying the same thing. We just can't. We're just so agreeable. It's like what is their conflict? So I want to hear what game you're looking out for.
All right, I'll give you. This one might throw you off. You might not think this one, but maybe you will. I got Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus New Orleans Saints.
Damn it! I was gonna say that too. Damn
it! To be fair to us, there's not a lot of great matchups, I will say. So we might end up being the exact same. But yeah, that's Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football, AFC North matchup. AFC East matchup. You're playing at New York. There's a lot of things about this that I think is interesting. I'm curious to see how this Rodgers injury shapes out to be. How good is he going to look? He did finish out the game. So maybe he does play. Maybe he tapes it up real good. Maybe he puts a brace on. I have a feeling I have no sources. No sources. I just have a supposition that he's going to play this game, and it's going to be a good game because it seems like Buffalo is tending to struggle on the road. That's what I'm getting, and Buffalo tends to struggle against good defenses. And this New York defense is one of the best in the league. They are very tough to break down. This is going to be a low-scoring game. This is not going to be a pretty game at all. But I think this is another one, due to the playoff implications, the division implications, this is going to be kind of a must-watch game. So, yeah, I got this game, and then the odds are -2.5 to +2.5 at New York. I'm going to take Buffalo to cover and win by 3 points.
Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say a lot of the same things as far as I think these are two weak teams, two hurt teams right now with a lot of questions over the Jets. Obviously, Bills coming off a bad loss. I do want to see how they bounce back, just selfishly as a Dolphins fan, because maybe it'll work out in our favor this week. I think the Dolphins were the only ones to win this week. Yeah, for the same reasons. But I think that the Jets winning at home. I think the Jets are going to win at home. I think the Bills are too hurt now. Like I said, there's just a lot of questions. The Aaron Rodgers injury is something to watch. I think, depending on the degree, maybe it's a nagging injury, maybe it's not. Let's see how it comes out. But I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to outmatch. Aaron Rodgers' production is going to be able to outmatch Josh Allen. I just don't see on one peg leg. He's going to be out there slanging and banging. Okay, he's going to be out there giving 2 and 3 pieces around the field. I just like the Jets right now. The Jets offense right now. I like them better. The defense, their Jets defense gave up a lot of penalties. There were a lot of dumb penalties they gave up today, especially in the secondary. Sauce Gardner had some dumb penalties. But I just think overall they have a better team. I got them winning this game outright. So give me the Jets.
All right. Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Can we not be agreeable? Okay, I'm going to pick a game now. Okay, let's not
pick a game.
Okay.
All right. If you have the same one as me, I already have another one in the pipeline. Tank. Yeah, I got another one in the tank. If you pick the same one here,
Buccaneers Saints.
That was we were 3 for 3. We were 3 for 3. I said Bucs Saints. We had the same exact 3 games, but I got another one, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Same thing. Division rivalry in house. I'm a little bit higher on the Saints, but obviously you're trying to shed the light on the Bucs. I think the Bucs are a little bit down right now. If I'm looking at the odds, and I'm just going with my gut right now, the Saints are favored -2.5. Looking at the odds, Saints at home. I'm gonna go with the Saints at home more than 3. It's gonna be more than a field goal, maybe 6 points. I'm gonna go with the Saints, but this should be a fun matchup, a fun Week 6 matchup. Again, these are maybe 2 teams that like I said, I've been higher on the Saints, but I maybe didn't necessarily want to watch. I thought the Saints were going to run away with the division, but it seems like there's a lot of competition with Atlanta being competitive, Tampa's being competitive, Saints. So that's why I want to watch it. Like I said, the division. How are these? How are they going to be able to match up, and how is this going to affect the end of the season as far as playoff implications? So, give me the Saints.
And for the audio listeners, like we said prior, we are recording this on a Sunday night, so we have not seen how they played Monday night. That might change the way we feel. But you know what? I think Gabe's going to stick with how he feels regardless of how that Monday night game goes against Kansas City Chiefs. It is the Chiefs at the end of the day. So we're kind of going based off the previous 4 weeks. I picked this game too because, like you said, it seems like all 3 games we picked was because of division. They were all divisional matchups that are very important, and this is another one. And I think, to me, if you're Tampa, this is kind of a must-win game. You can't lose back-to-back division games, especially if you want to compete and try to win it. Losing to the Falcons and then losing to New Orleans, that's going to be a tough pill to swallow. But I like the Bucs here. The Bucs are +2.5, and the New Orleans Saints are -2.5. But it looks like a lot of people are hitting that Bucs spread because it is -105 for the odds on that. And I like the money line at a +122, 122. Gosh, I can't speak. So if you want to make some money, why don't you follow my advice? But in general, no, I like Tampa Bay's offense. I think there's a team that can really score and put up points. And I have a feeling that it's going to come down to a shootout. And I don't know if the Saints have enough to keep up. I love Chris Olave, and Derek Carr is continuing to, prove that he's a quality quarterback in this league. But with the way Baker's playing and having Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, I think they're going to be able to outperform that defense that they have. And they're going to outscore the Saints, because I think that's what it's going to take to beat the Saints, is you just got to outscore them, because they're also going to put up their points too. But we'll see how well they look against Kansas City Chiefs. That might affect the way I feel. But nonetheless, I'm still going to go with the Bucs here, because I think they're in a mode where we have to win this game, because you do not want to lose 2 games in a row in your division. So I'm going with the Bucs here. I think their offensive talent is just a little higher of quality than the New Orleans Saints. since we had the same one, as
Yeah,
we're
you gotta
looking,
surprise me, man.
I found another game, and honestly, I think there's a lot of disrespect that's happening, and I think it needs to be addressed. And I'm talking about the Washington Commanders
Wow.
at the Baltimore Ravens.
Wow.
They got the Baltimore Ravens -6.5 against the Washington Commanders, who's been dominating the past few weeks. The absolute disrespect that they're putting on the Commanders is unreal. This game should be a lot closer. I get you're playing out Baltimore, but this is the DMV rivalry. This is essentially the crosstown matchup. This team are less than an hour away from each other, something like that. So this is going to be a really fun matchup to watch. I think you're going to get a lot of Commanders fans in the Baltimore Stadium. It's going to be a mix of fans. I don't know when the last time we got to see this matchup. I'm actually really excited just for that because, that Maryland rivalry, Maryland DC rivalry. But this is a Commanders team who is rolling. Jaden Daniels is not only in the contention for Rookie of the Year, this guy is seriously a contender for the MVP right now of the league. And there's only been ever one MVP rookie. And this guy, with the way that he's playing, at the level that he's playing, not just him, but the way he's lifting up his team, he is being a leader with Terry McLaurin, who's having a great start to the season. Brian Robinson, who's playing well. The defense, who is getting after quarterbacks and just getting sack after sack. Like I said, they're not just winning games, they're blowing people out. Obviously, they've had a couple games where they've lost, but it seems like they're just getting more and more into a rhythm. And this is a Baltimore team these past 2 weeks this past week, where they showed that kid they can be a little leaky. Yeah. They gave up a lot of points, 38 points, 38 points to the Cincinnati Bengals. And this Washington team is also a team that can put up points. Maybe not to the level that Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase can, but with what I've been seeing, this is a lot closer. I will say this, though. I think Baltimore might have their number. I think they're going to win the game, but I have Washington with the +6.5 because I think it's going to be a lot closer game than what the Vegas odds are having us. And just for I think the environment's going to be really sweet to watch too, just seeing that essentially inner city rivalry.
Yeah. I'm looking at, because when I see points like that, I'm like, let me see the weather. Is it supposed to rain or something? It's supposed to be mostly sunny. No precipitation.
Beautiful day.
52% humidity. Should be a nice day in Baltimore on Sunday, bearing any changes. But I can see that. I think, like you said, Baltimore haven't been the strongest right now. I expect them to be a strong Super Bowl contender. Maybe they're not playing well right now, but it is week 5, week 6. So I think they just get better. I think, the more confident I feel in the Ravens is as the closer we get to the playoffs, seeing how if they're able to clean it up and play efficient and not, give up dumb turnovers and fumble the ball on hikes and stuff. So, maybe there's a chance, maybe fighters chance with Washington playing, so well. They seem to be on the uptrend. But man, I just give me the Baltimore Ravens. There's just I'm gonna go with it till I see it fail. I'm gonna stick with the Ravens.
But you're having the Ravens with a 6.5 spread.
Yeah. Yes. Give me.
You do. More. Okay.
Touchdown. Give me 7 points or more.
Damn. Gabe's going to say, he's like, you know what? Double it. Let's make it 12.5.
No. He's too high. Too high for my blood.
12.5. What the odds for that? That's +350. You take it, Gabe. Take it.
That's 2 possessions, man. That's 2 possessions. They can win by 2 possessions. At least 1.
It's possible, but like I said, I think this Washington team is just, when you have this belief that you can do it, you may not be the best team, but somehow you start to overperform your own levels. But yeah, those are our pivotal games of the week. We were 3 for 3, and then I had to throw another one in there, which, quite honestly, after that game, there's nothing super big I want to talk about as from a neutral perspective. Obviously, if you're a fan of whichever team you're rooting for, you're going to watch your game. But we wanted to bring some of the games that we think are going to be not only entertaining, but just big playoff implications and divisional implications that might happen.